Ipsos, Perakende ve Alışverişçi Araştırmaları Global Başkan Yardımcısı Sayın Stuart'u davet ediyoruz alkışlarınızla. Mr. Wood. Welcome.
Hello Istanbul, what a great audience. It's a real pleasure to be here. My name is Stuart Wood. I work in the global shopper team at Ipsos, and I'm going to talk about how technology is changing the way we shop. We live in very disruptive times, and what has happened is that digital technology is fundamentally changing our relationship with brands and also the way we shop. And that change is happening fast. And no brand, no category, or no retailer is immune to that change. So to be resilient in today's world, you need to evolve. Digital technology has created a digital ecosystem that is unrestrained by geography, by time, and by the conventional dynamics of bricks and mortar. And what it means is it's changed the way we search for products, it's changed the way we buy products, and it's changed the way we influence other people. And this change will only get quicker as a greater proportion of digital natives make up the shopping population. And things like the increasing adoption and usage of smartphones, new interfaces like voice, and innovative ways of last-mile logistics is really going to advance things. And e-commerce is showing unrelenting growth. In all markets across the world, clothing, electronics, digital media, those are always the most highly penetrated categories. And in Turkey, that's no different. But when we moved to more developed e-commerce markets, we see people buying more of the things they use every day online. And today in Turkey, you have approximately 35 million online shoppers. Last year, you spent about 5.3 billion euros online. But it's going to grow tremendously. And maybe showing a comparison to China is a little bit unfair, because China, as you know, is the most advanced e-commerce market. But what it does illustrate is the massive potential for market growth within this channel. And this growth isn't going to stop. It doesn't matter where you get your data from. We see amazing growth across all categories. And across all countries. And these growth rates are in the most established markets. Price has always been the driver of e-commerce because consumers want things cheaper, and companies can use e-commerce to develop more efficient business models. But increasingly, convenience is becoming the new currency. And it's the new driver of what is fueling a growth in new e-commerce companies. If you think about the way that you traditionally shop for groceries, so you drive to the supermarket, you've got to find a parking space, you've got to trudge around the store, you've got to queue to pay for your products, and then you've got to lug it all the way home. But what technology gives us, it gives us alternatives. And those alternatives are significantly changing shopper behavior. So consider this situation. You have a young couple, they're preparing dinner, got a little bit of wine, they're looking at a recipe book, maybe they're preparing dinner for tonight, maybe they're planning for the week. But what online technology gives us is the ability to do that, and it's moving the context of shopping from the store to in-home. And it's really changing the context about how we do this. You can see an Amazon Alexa in front of them, so they can order things through voice. And in many markets, you can get stuff delivered within 30 minutes. So you can even order the stuff that you're going to be cooking in an hour's time. So new companies like PlateJoy are really tapping into these changes in consumer behavior. And PlateJoy is not about delivering groceries. It's about providing nutritional planning. It's really about making everything seamless, as this video will show.
We all want to eat better, but it's not always easy. We run out of time, or out of ideas, or just aren't sure what food is going to make us feel our personal best. PlateJoy makes healthy eating easy and delicious with custom meal plans designed to fit your unique tastes, nutrition needs, and busy schedule. Here's how it works. Our personalization quiz helps us learn about your dietary preferences, time constraints, health goals, family size, and more. We'll create a meal plan unique to you or your family, free of any ingredients you avoid, and tailored to fit your schedule. Choose the exact number of meals you need each week, so you always have the perfect recipe on hand. We also organize the ingredients you'll need into a time-saving shopping list that remembers what you have in your pantry to reduce food waste, save money, and make trips to the grocery store a breeze. In dozens of cities nationwide, you can also send your shopping lists directly to an online grocery delivery service for same-day delivery of fresh ingredients without any packaging waste. Or take your lists to your local grocer and shop quickly and efficiently with your custom lists, so you can cook healthy, delicious meals without wasting time at the store. Eating better shouldn't require hours of planning, expensive takeout, or meals that just don't taste good. Discover the easy way to eat better. PlateJoy. Feel great, eat better.
So the CEO of L'Oreal said about e-commerce. He said that e-commerce is not the cherry on the cake, it's the whole cake. So what it means is that e-commerce is not nice to have. In today's world, it is really, really important. And, you know, L'Oreal's online sales have grown 40% last year. And that's in a category which is truly sensorial. So you imagine when you shop for makeup or beauty products, you want to see them, you want to see the colors, you want to try them on. But e-commerce technology is changing that. And what L'Oreal has developed as an example is the Color Me app. And what you're able to do is try on virtually 300 makeup products and order them directly on the app. And this app is not this is not static images of your face. This is a full motion augmented reality, so you can really feel and see what the makeup effects will look like. To really emphasize L'Oreal's commitment to these digital tools, they actually bought the company behind this technology. So they bought Modiface, who are the leaders in this type of augmented reality. I don't have a video about Color Me, but I just want to show you a short clip from hair coloration so you can see an example. So e-commerce can also make car buying easy. I mean, car buying can be a pretty complex and stressful purchase. But what companies like CarWow do is put the control back in the shopper. So with the CarWow app, what I can do is I can select the exact model I want, all of the extras. Those details go to various dealers, and those dealers blind bid for my business. So what I can do is I can choose the best option for me based on location of the dealer and price. And what CarWow claimed to save shoppers is around 30,000 lira on the average purchase of a car. So that's a pretty significant saving. Of course, the automotive industry will eventually move towards shared mobility, but an intermediate stage is really subscription. And again, this is a great example from Porsche, whereby for a monthly fee, you can drive any car you want. and you can change it as often as you like. Makes it so much easier. And if we look to China, where a lot of these innovations are coming from, we can see that they've made the car trial process much easier.
So say you've been considering a Ford Mustang and you want to give it a test drive. You start with the mobile Taobao app. You find the Super Test Drive page, browse the different models available, then book your car. You also snap a selfie so Alibaba's facial recognition technology can confirm your booking when you get to the vending machine. You can test drive each car for 3 days. And if you're a Taobao Super member or have a Jima credit score above 700, you get your test drive for free. When you get to the test drive center, it's as easy as flashing a smile to find your booking. Then the machine locates the right car and brings it to you. There are more than 100 different Fords to choose from, like the Taurus or the Maverick, which are made here in China, or an Explorer or a Mustang, which are imported from the US. Whatever consumers choose, Tmall and Ford are hoping this online to offline push will help to drive more sales at dealerships. Tmall and Ford have made test driving cars so easy. And 3 days is plenty of time to see how they perform, say, during the morning commute or picking the kids up at soccer, even taking a short road trip. If you like the car, great, you buy it. And soon, you'll even be able to take that step through mobile Taobao. But what if you need more time to decide which model is best? Just book a different model for another test drive.
If you live in Latin America, apps like Rappi are even removing the need to go shopping. So what Rappi does, it allows you to order products on the mobile app, and someone will deliver those products for you. So usually a courier on a bike, and they'll deliver it very quickly. Now, Rappi makes its money for companies paying for placement on the app, and they also do product sampling. So it's a great way to get new innovations into consumers' hands. And this may seem like a flash in the pan, this may seem like a small idea, but Rappi has been valued at $1.1 billion. So in the economic turmoil of a company like Colombia, this is Colombia's first unicorn. And it was voted within the top 20 most innovative apps in the world. And Rappi is now expanding and is in 7 countries in Latin America. Personalization is always important online because as shoppers, we increasingly want the products that are specifically customized to our needs. And I think this is a great example from Coca-Cola and their freestyle vending machine. And what this allows you to do is you go on your app, you find your local vending machine, you can order your own customized product. So if you have weird tastes, you can mix Coca-Cola with iced tea with whatever you want. So I think this is a great example of customization, really, at a level of consumer products. Now, the power of social media is huge, and the right kind of celebrity endorsement can clearly send a brand sales to the stratosphere. This is a company called Casper, and what Casper do is they make mattresses and they deliver them to your home. And when I first saw this, I thought it's incredible that we buy mattresses in this way, but actually it makes perfect sense because mattresses are extremely bulky, they deliver it in a compressed form, and you have a 100-day free trial, and if you don't like the product, you send it back. So what happened is that Casper's sales got an unexpected boost. So Kylie Jenner, and if you don't know who Kylie Jenner is, neither did I, but she's a famous person in the US who starred in the reality TV series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So Kylie Jenner gets her Casper mattress, and she posts it on Instagram. My Casper mattress has arrived. She gets nearly 1 million likes. And as a result, Casper sell out overnight. So it's incredible the impact that this can have on a brand. And really the big promise of social is really closing the gap between engagement and purchase. And the power of social platforms and indeed chat platforms is their sheer scale. So if you think about WeChat in China, WeChat has 1 billion subscribers, 1 billion subscribers. And on WeChat, I can use it for shopping, I can book taxis, cinema tickets, restaurants, and it all has integrated payments. Many of you are probably familiar and may have purchased products through Facebook. I mean, it now seems the norm that within our Facebook feed, we have the ability to buy products through shoppable ads. And the same now is happening with Instagram. So Instagram launched shoppable tags within their stories. So again, 300 million people access stories every day, and now those people can instantly buy products and the things that inspire them. And companies like Adamo are really taking this a stage further because they believe in the future that we'll look back and we'll find it surprising that we separated moments from engagement to purchase. And what they do is they make every ad shoppable. So if I see something, I can immediately buy it. So any discussion about e-commerce can't avoid Amazon. I mean, Amazon has fundamentally changed the retail landscape in the US and in other countries. And of course, Amazon is here in Turkey. So things will change and Amazon for sure will grow. Amazon is innovatively ruthless. Amazon has systematically dominated every category that it goes into. In the US, Amazon represents 50% of total e-commerce sales. And more people search for a product starts on Amazon than it does on Google. So that just shows you the power. And Amazon today has a global audience of 100 million Prime members. So that's more than the population of Turkey are Prime members. And Prime members, on average, are spending nearly $1,400 a year on Amazon. So it's very clear to see how they make their money. But Amazon is also increasingly challenging brands because Amazon is using its power and its scale to launch private label. And what they've been doing is they've been aggressively promoting these private label brands over traditional branded products using banners and aggressive pop-ups. So this is a real challenge to brands. And Amazon now has over 400 of their private label brands across multiple categories. But Amazon is also driving innovation in packaging because e-commerce at scale requires us to think differently about packaging because packaging, all of a sudden, it's important about the logistics and the efficiency of delivery. So take Procter & Gamble's Tide EcoBox as a perfect example. So they're moving away from heavy plastic, a shape that doesn't really work, to recyclable cardboard. It's in a shape that's easy for shipping, and more importantly, it doesn't require any secondary packaging, so it can be delivered as it is. And they've even reduced the water content in the product to make it lighter. And what Amazon are actually doing is they've launched something called the Frustration-Free Packaging Program. And what they're doing is they're encouraging manufacturers to adopt this type of packaging, make it better for consumers, make it easier to ship, make it more environmentally friendly. And there's a deadline looming in the US. August 2019, this year, Amazon will charge companies more for delivery if they don't meet these new packaging requirements. And Amazon is becoming more omni-channel beyond their acquisition of the Whole Foods supermarket. And a couple of examples is the Amazon 4-star. So this store stocks products that are rated 4-star and above on Amazon, and new and trending products. So what they're using big data analytics from e-commerce to fuel the ranging decisions and to develop physical stores. Amazon has also gone full circle, and they're opening bookstores, which may seem like a huge kick in the teeth for all of those bookstores that they put out of business. But Amazon bookstores are different. Again, those bookstores are fueled by the massive data that they gain from e-commerce, and of course, it promotes their technology as well.
Amazon helped kill bookstore chains. Now it's trying to become one. The company since 2015 has been opening a handful of physical bookstores in places like Seattle, San Diego, and Chicago, and it just opened its 7th location in an upscale mall in New York City.
People aren't moving away from buying physical books. We sell a lot of physical books on Amazon.com, and we wanted to give them a new way to discover books. You know, the desire to find a book you love is a desire that is very common. And we felt like we could make it easier, make it more delightful for customers in the physical space.
All the books in the store are bestsellers or rated 4 stars or above by Amazon's online book buyers. There are sections for books that large numbers of people have added to their Amazon wish lists online. And there are no prices listed on the book titles. You can open the Amazon app on your phone and scan the book cover to get a price, or take the book to a scanning station inside the store. But Amazon is also using its bookstores to get people to bring more of Amazon into their homes. There's a big section for people to test drive the company's gadgets, like the Kindle Fire TV box to stream web videos to your TV. There are also Kindle e-readers, Amazon's line of voice-activated home speakers called the Echo, and other home electronics.
Customers have asked for it. Customers want to try it out. They want to see, what does a smart home look like? What can I do to make my home smarter? How does the Amazon Music interact with the Echo? What kinds of things can I ask Alexa? They want to see it in person, and they want to talk to experts about it. And so we have brought that into the store.
So Alibaba in China was the company that coined the phrase new retail. And their goal is not to bring everything online, but actually to use digital technology to merge the physical world with the online world. And I've already shown you an example of the Super Test Drive Center. Alibaba is, improving a lot of physical stores with its use of technology such as Fashion AI and Magic Mirror. But they've also turned their attention to China's 6 million traditional trade stores. And they have a program called Ling Xiaotong, which literally means integrated retail. And what this enables is that someone who's privately owning a store can get the app, they can order their products from Alibaba, they arrive the next day. Alibaba provides big data on the types of products that will sell in their neighborhood. They also provide stock management software, and they provide help with training, banners, and merchandising. So what Alibaba are doing are really transforming traditional trade, bringing it into the future, and really future-proofing that business for those owners. And in this world of change, traditional retailers can adapt and survive. And I think this is a great example of resilience. So John Lewis is a very traditional UK retailer. It's been around 150 years. It's probably the best-loved store on the high street. And it survived when many have gone out of business. And the reason is that John Lewis saw what it had to do to change. And it developed a fully integrated omni-channel business. And what they've seen is that they've transferred 25% of their sales, their physical sales, online, but that is not at the expense of the sales that happen in store. So they've used the digital world to effectively grow their business. And of course, direct-to-consumer is a hugely growing area. I showed you the example earlier on Casper mattresses, and here's a couple more. So I particularly like the example on the left, Garçon wines, because you will never run out of wine. And if you think about convenience, if you're not at home to receive your package, that's not very convenient. So what Garçon have developed is packaging that fits through the letterbox. So a specially designed, tall, slim, plastic wine bottle that can survive the fall to the floor. And that means, that you will never run out of wine. So it's a really, really great idea. The other example, again, comes from the US. So this is a company called Third Love that make lingerie. And what they do is they patented half sizes. And they developed a system for women to self-measure themselves to ensure that they get the best fitting bra.
Slipping straps, itchy bands,
digging wires.
finding the perfect bra is pretty much impossible. But then I found Third Love. I took their Fit Finder quiz, and I was matched with the best bra for my body shape and size. Turns out I'm not a standard cup size. I'm a half cup. I didn't know that half cups existed until Third Love. I've never had such an easy bra fitting. Less than 5 minutes to find the perfect fitting bra? Yes, please.
You don't have to spend another day in a bra that doesn't fit. Take the Fit Finder quiz today at thirdlove.com.
And if we look to the future, really anything is possible. And we're all well aware of the potential for drone deliveries. Well, JD.com, which is China's second biggest e-commerce player, has been doing drone deliveries since 2016. They're cooperating with Rakuten in Japan and have also got a license from the Indonesian government to deliver packages to remote places which would be impossible by road. I think more bizarrely, a great example is the technology that's being piloted by Continental, which is a tire company, and Antibiotics. And what they've developed is the concept of robotic dogs that can be deployed from an autonomous vehicle. And these dogs are designed to climb stairs and even to ring doorbells. So new retail poses new questions. It poses new questions to you guys, working in business, and it poses new questions to Ipsos as a research company and how we can help our clients. How will e-commerce change the shopping rituals and disrupt my category? So you need to stay ahead of what is happening in technology and how things are changing. Where and how do I play? Do I go sell my products through conventional retailers, through marketplaces like Amazon? Do I go direct to consumer? How do I future-proof my business against players like Casper and Platejoy, who are really changing the game in terms of their business? And how do I optimize digital influence? We've seen how important digital influence can be. And how do I drive conversion? So once people go onto Amazon, how can I ensure that they see my product and they choose my product over others? And finally, how do I leverage big data, both for targeting and also for better customization of products and services? So Ipsos, we've developed an e-commerce learning framework. And what we do is we help you understand the disruption. We help you envision what changes need to be made to future-proof your business. We help you activate in terms of innovation, engagement, and conversion. And we help you embed that with both your retail partners and potential technology partners, and also internally. So we've got a lot of case studies, and we've done a lot of work in the e-commerce arena, and I don't want to go into any detail on these, but just give you a couple of examples. So here's an example in Asia, where we helped a client understand why a particular category wasn't doing well on Asia's biggest marketplace outside of China. We've also helped clients build DTC platforms. Here, this was a shoe manufacturer wanting to develop a direct-to-consumer model with a foot measuring system on mobile. So we really helped them to develop that business and ensure that it was incremental to their existing channels. Our experience in understanding how people shop on websites, we've developed the 10 golden rules of e-merchandising, so we'd be happy to share that with you. And we've also helped companies to really optimize that conversion. So what do I need to do on Amazon in order to drive people to my product? So with all this going on in e-commerce, where do I focus? So what are the things that we believe are going to be important and you should consider for the future? The first thing is voice. Voice has had a pretty slow start, but in the future, it's very likely that this is going to be the medium which we use to search for and to buy products. Second is moving beyond 2D, so making e-commerce platforms more immersive, more engaging, particularly for luxury brands. And this is an example of Valentino that developed a full virtual store on the Alibaba Luxury Pavilion platform so that people could experience the store virtually, or they could go to Beijing and see the store for themselves. Thirdly is AI-driven personalization. I mean, personalization is incredibly important. We saw that in soft drinks, but if you think about automotive, pet nutrition, all of these categories, it's important to personalize. And direct-to-consumer will continue to grow. But direct-to-consumer brings added benefits beyond just delivering the product. So in this example, this is Benji's dog food. It's got his name on the packaging. And this is food that is nutritionally tailored to his specific requirements. It's pre-portioned, and it's made from fresh ingredients. So the company behind this is called The Farmer's Dog, and they've recently raised $50 million to take on the pet food industry in the US, which is worth about $30 billion. And finally, social. Social will be huge, because social is where people spend their time, and it's where they go for inspiration. And increasingly, social will be narrowing the gap between engagement and purchase. So finally, just a thought before we end, a thought on resilience. And you may wonder who this guy is in the image. He is not the 150-year-old owner of John Lewis, but is in fact the naturalist Charles Darwin, who wrote The Theory of Evolution. And I think what Charles Darwin said is very poignant, because he said, "It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor is it the smartest, but it is those who are most adaptable to change." And I think the message of today is change is inevitable, so we all need to be prepared to adapt. Thank you.